Yeah, I don't know how you did that.
That's the whole idea behind it, buddy. So they pick a card and then name a number, and then their card shows up pretty much at that exact spot in the deck. Hey, this is the Magician's Dream Effect, and you're gonna learn how to do it today. Let me show you a live performance of how to actually do this. Okay, I'm just gonna shuffle the deck here a couple times here. We're just gonna randomize the deck, make sure that it's mixed up. Okay, so we shuffle the deck up here, and again, we'll show you the bottom of the deck here just to make sure that you see that these are all random cards in no specific order, correct?
Yeah.
And again, what I'm gonna do, Logan, is I'm gonna have you just pick a card anywhere in the deck, does not matter where. And what I want to do is do not show you the card. I'm going to turn around, and just like we did in the last video, I want you to turn it so it's face up so the camera can see what card it is, okay? But wait till I turn around so I'm not looking. Can you do that, please? Did you show the camera?
Yes.
Okay. So what we're going to do again is I'm going to shuffle the deck. I want you to tell me to stop whenever you want me to stop.
Stop.
Okay, put it on top there, please. Okay, and we're just gonna lose this in the deck here. And let me go again. We'll get some more shuffles in here. Now we put the card in the deck. We lost it somewhere in the deck, correct? Okay.
Yeah.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn around again. Okay. And what I want you to do is I want you to put this piece of paper on top of here. And I want you to write a number on that piece of paper, anywhere, say, anywhere between 5 to 15.
Okay.
Okay? And I do not want to see the number, so I want you to write on the paper so the camera can see it. Okay? And then after you say you're done, I want you to fold it in half and just set it on your lap or place it on the floor. Yeah, so that way I can't see the number. But I do want you to be able to pull it back later so we can actually identify. Okay? Does that make sense? Okay? So why don't you do that while I turn it on here. Write that number on that piece of paper, please. Okay. And what I want you to do is I'm going to have you, you wrote a number down, right? The camera saw it?
Yeah.
Okay. So you picked the number, I did not see it, right, Logan?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna pick a random number of cards off the deck here, and I'm gonna see if I can predict the number that you chose and the card that you chose. Okay, can you first of all show me what the number was? Okay, so you use 13, right?
Yeah.
We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and Queen of Diamonds is your choice, is it not?
Yeah, it was.
Do you want to master card magic faster? Grab my free First 100 Techniques PDF. It's your step-by-step guide to building real magician control. Download it now and start practicing smarter today. Click in the link in the description below to get your free copy. Now let's get back to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in, we're going to turn the cards up, and we're just going to do our ribbon spread to show that all the cards are random here in the deck. And we're going to turn them over. And we're gonna have them pick a card from anywhere in the deck. Let's say they pick this card right here. It does not matter which one it is. Okay, you're gonna come in, you're gonna gather the cards here. Okay, and just to show you guys what it is, we're looking at the 9 of hearts here. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna have them insert that card anywhere. So we're gonna start an overhand shuffle. And let's say they put it right here. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're going to do our in jog again, run the cards off, undercut, throw back on top, so our 9 of hearts is back on top. We're gonna control it to the bottom, and then we're gonna control it back to the top. Okay, So that way it's back on top. And to do these techniques here, you can either click in the top right hand corner and that'll show you the different cards to the different videos on how we do that, or we can check the member video. By the way, once I get to 500 members or subscribers here, once I get to 500 subscribers on the channel, I can start offering member videos. And the member videos are going to go in complete detail, you know, how to do these techniques and these tricks. And on our public part, we're going to go through and I'm going to show you just some basics on how to perform the tricks. But the member videos are going to go really into detail and show you guys how to do them. So let's get us up to 500 subscribers so that we can start offering those member videos. So anyway, we have that 9 of hearts controlled to the top here. And what you're going to do is you're going to turn around, but before you turn around, you're going to have the spectator try to think of a number. And when we did our presentation, I had him write on a piece of paper so that we guys could see it on the camera. So all you're doing is you're turning around, and when you turn around now, I'm going to come in and I'm going to crimp this card. So all I did is I bent the corner up so we can get it to stand up like that a little bit. You guys see that, right? And it's not going to be enough where it's totally noticeable when I set the cards down here in front of that spectator. They're not going to notice that that one card and that only that one card is bent. So that way when they go to a number, let's say 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then you're just going to have them pick the cards and put it back on top. So that way I know when I come in now, it's going to be 5 cards down. Now, when I pull the cards off here, I'm doing it really super lightly. And I'm looking right now to see if this card's bent. If this card's bent, that's going to be my card. If it's not the card that's bent, the bent card's going to be on the bottom. So we obviously have the bent card here. So what I would do is I would put the cards down, pick them up, and as I present it to them, I'm going to unbend that card so it lies flat. So there's your 9 of hearts that we originally had. So let's do this again a little bit slower. They inserted the card. It was the 9 of hearts. We controlled it to the bottom and we control back to the top here. And then you're going to turn around and have them pick a number while you're turning around. All we're going to do now is we're going to take our index finger here, slide the card back a little bit, take our index finger and just put it on a diagonal. I'm going to take my thumb and just pull up slightly so that way I'm training that card, making it a breather, if you will, and it's going to sit up a little bit higher. Okay, I can push it back down now if I want to minimize that. And if you guys look at this now, it leaves a little bit of a break on that top card. And when you do it, set it down so the audience is that way. They're not seeing the break from their side. You can see a little curve of the card here, but you're not going to put any attention on that, because on the back side here, on the spectator side or the front side, you're not going to see any break in the cards. Okay, they're going to count off their cards 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, and then you're going to have them put it back on top of the deck. So that way now they're saying, you know, there's no way that we have the card's been lost in the deck here, and you know, I can go and find it just like that. We're going to come in, we're going to pull the cards off. Again, I'm looking to see if that top card is bent slightly, and this one it is. So the card is right here on top. I'm going to show you, hey, is that your card? No, it's really not. Oh, silly me, it must be this card. Okay, and that's basically how we perform this trick. By the way, if you want to take your practice to the next level, I put together a card magic practice journal. It's a simple system that helps you track sleights, tricks, breakthroughs, and even audience reactions, so you can see your progress and stay consistent. I use it myself every day, and it's made a huge difference. You can grab your copy in the link in the description. Now let's get back to it. Little tips to keep in mind is to keep that crimp, you know, as minimal as possible. You know, if you come in and it's too much where you actually see it bending up really far, you can actually just pull it shit down a little bit. It's going to maintain that memory for a short while, so that way you don't have to worry about losing. So when you come in, it's just a quick, you know, grab. And when you're grab and hold with the cards, okay, I'm just coming in, grabbing it. It's a real light grab. If I grab really hard, you're gonna grab more cards than what you're supposed to. Just coming in, we're just doing a light grab here. And again, right here is the card, because you can see it's bent up slightly. So I'm just gonna come in, and when I'm coming and turning it, you see my middle finger here is bending that card back up, and I'm just gonna push it down to keep it. And if you just make that, part of your motion, you're really not gonna pick any of that apart at all. Another trick that you could do is, don't announce the card that they chose. Just come in and, do that. Now I have it, so the bent card is not here. So we're just gonna come in, we're gonna review it this way, and there you go. Okay, so don't reveal what the actual card is. That's going to help add to the impact, and then just look at them and wait for a reaction. And hopefully it's like, oh my God, how did you do that? Type of thing. What you also want to do is, especially at first here, is come in. We get the 9 of hearts yet. Come in and make sure it's only under a few cards, 15 or so or less. So that way it's easier to find it in the deck here. Okay, this time the bent card is right here, so we're just going to come in and review it that way. So keep your cards on top to a minimum, so as you get better and as you are able to find that card easier, because you don't need to have as much of a break on the deck here. And right now we just found it again. You don't have to have as much break or crimp on that card to be able to get it, because your fingers are getting more sensitive in that. You can actually put it down further in the deck then if you need to. So let's go, right now we're like 2/3 of the way down into the deck. We should be able to pull our cut to it. Okay. So just a little neat little workaround or way to find or be able to identify that card. And that's a card and a number. It's one of the cleanest self-working illusions, and it feels like mind reading kind of. But if you want to see another trick, make sure you check out that playlist on the right hand side there. They'll show you all the tricks that we've done to date so far, and all of them so far are really easy, things that all beginners can do and learn how to do in a relatively short period of time. Hey, my name is Joe. This is my card magic journey. Let's make it yours too.